emotional. He like does a multi-step plan, and then here he just blitzes in, right? But then here in this instance, right, when he does do that, he like the Kishimoto makes it very specific that Kabuto has like an explosion tag in his hand, and then after he blitzes in, he's now following up with this explosion tag. So this could have just been his plan from the beginning.
No, I don't think that the two. I'll explain to you why I don't think the two are related. Can you show me the paper bomb while I explain this to you?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So the reason I don't think these two are related is because causing further damage to Sasuke or Itachi after immobilizing them with Taiyuya's flute genjutsu is wholly like not necessary. Like damaging Itachi's body or in turn possibly damaging Sasuke does not further his goal in any way. Like it's very clear after he pauses that his plan at that point had failed, and he goes for a far more violent and direct approach as he's screaming to Itachi and crying, which I just think is more like rationally him freaking out and acting like he's acting out.
Okay.
Because jumping into somebody and putting a paper bomb on them is not a crazy strategy. I don't know why you think that's insane.
No, I don't. But the point of the argument was to just say that like he could have another backup plan after the flute genjutsu failed.
Again, I don't think that's particularly probable. I think it's more rational to say, due to the fact that at this point in time he is getting angry and he is getting upset after one of his plans fails, and then he does something that is not really indicative of a high level plan like he'd been showing previously in the fight. That Kishimoto is simply trying to portray to the reader that Kabuto is acting more rationally.
Okay, I think we can just move on.
Okay.
All right, wait,
So-
Mark. Now that y'all have moved on, so just to be clear, what your argument is, Kabuto can be like sporadic in certain situations, right?
Yeah,
Like-
I'm trying to explain to him that like they're like Kabuto is not somebody who is immune to acting irrationally at times. Yeah.
Okay, and how does that? And you tie that back to the Itachi feat? How?
I tie this back to the Itachi feat how by saying that when Kabuto is caught Naruto and B, he has attained both of his end goals, or not his end goals.
Okay, all right, that's what you have to
He's
say.
getting his end
All right,
goals.
all right.
So from here, I would just say it's probable that Itachi can, or sorry, my bad, that Kabuto is like lowering his guard, because I think there are feats that portray Itachi to be more so relative to Nagato rather than like massively faster.
Do you want to? Okay. So what's your line of scaling then? Because I think you agree that like if Itachi can blitz Nagato, then Itachi wins. But
Yeah, if Itachi could blitz him, he would win, but I don't think that's something you're going to be able to demonstrate. So I would just say that since Itachi fights like Naruto, and he also fights Nagato, and neither of them are blitzing Naruto, like they all seem to be relative. If anything, it seems more to be Nagato favoring over KCM. Then I would just simply like to assert that, in turn, it would just mean that Nagato and Itachi are not massively far apart.
I would okay. Well, I would just say that like if I won the last point, then the Susanoo would be faster.
One last point. I don't think the Susanoo is faster. I'll explain why. So, like, I think the Susanoo is more so like of a similar speed. And the reason why I think the Susanoo is more so of a similar speed is because we can agree that, like, post Kabuto fight, EMS Sasuke and Mastered KCM1 Naruto are, like, equals, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And you're aware that MKCM1 Naruto and Sasuke, like, fight alongside one another?
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
okay. Man,
Like, both of them are, like, running at the same speeds. And they, like, there's like a specific scene where like Sasuke uses Anton for his like sword, and Naruto is like I think throwing like a Rasen Shuriken or something into like Tentails clones. You aware of that?
Yeah. Wait, okay, wait. Repeat that. Sorry, I just got caught off guard by what Jaja said. Just
I
random.
said that like there's a specific scene where Naruto and Sasuke are running together, and they like both use jutsu at the same time against like Tentails clones and stuff. Like you're aware of that whole scene?
When they throw the Rasen Shuriken thing. Yeah.
Okay. And yet, despite the fact that their bodies can move at these similar speeds, Sasuke's Susanoo, I'm meant to believe, is like significantly faster. Like I just don't buy that. That doesn't make sense.
Okay. I think that. Do you think that like the Susanos can all have like different attributes?
No. I think that
Okay.
they can have like different weapons that they can form, but I think their fundamental attributes would shift. I don't see any reason for that.
So like, let me explain what I mean. Do you think that one can make you fat? Like one can be faster than another one?
I think like if the two combatants are equal in like their normal state and both use a Susanoo, one Susanoo could be faster than another.
Yeah. Like let's say Madara. Let's say okay, you think EMS Sasuke and Edo Itachi at that point are like equal. Well, let's just say they were, right? And then like
Okay, let's say they
one of them use skeletal and then the other one use armored. Do you think that like one of these can be faster than the other one?
No. If there is a difference, it's not enormous whatsoever.
Okay. So I'm just trying to imply that because this is just all off of the like if I won the last point, right? So because Itachi used the skeletal Susanoo to blitz Nagato, it can just be the case that the skeletal Susanoo is faster and the armored one is just slower.
I would disagree because if like Sasuke had a state that was faster than Naruto, then it simply would mean that like if he's significantly faster to like a blitz level, which is what you would need to have, then EMS Sasuke and KCM Naruto simply would not be relative. It would just be Sasuke favoring.
It can just be the case that the armored Susanoo is the only thing that's able to damage an arm. And the skeletal just can't really do much
That's
damage.
just like for one, right? The armored is not what is capable of damaging like Naruto. Because we should be able to agree that Naruto's Rasen Shuriken should be able to hurt him, right?
Like Sasuke?
Like, no, be able to hurt like himself. Like if Naruto's Rasen Shuriken hit himself in the dome.
Yeah.
Okay. And then it's not the armored Susanoo that uses the Anton arrow.
Form of Susanoo, is it?
It's the humanoid.
Yeah, okay. Then that can just still be the same. The humanoid can be slower.
I mean, something you have to consider as well to like balance this out is that for one, right? When it because the reason why you can say like, oh, the skeletal is like faster, the argument you would use, the way you would rationally dictate it, is that oh, it's just weaponizing a greater amount of chakra, right?
To say that the humanoid is stronger?
Oh no, to say that the Susanoo was faster in the first place. So saying, for example, the skeletal Susanoo was faster in the first place, you would be saying like, oh, the reason why this can make sense is because he's weaponizing more chakra, correct?
No, it was just to say that that
No, I'm not. I know. Hold on. No, I'm not asking you what you were saying. I'm saying
okay.
that's how you would end up rationalizing it if you were asked to explain how does it make him faster. Like, what's the reason for it?
Well, I'm confused by the question. So like
Okay.
are
Okay.
you
The
just
question. Hold on. The question I'm asking you is: you've laid down like this possibility, right? And now, if
mhm.
I was to ask you, why do you like? What is the reason? What is the inverse reason with how chakra works and how Naruto characters fighting works that would justify this interpretation? And the reason that what it would be is that you're weaponizing more chakra. Correct?
Skeletal?
Yes. For any like for the skeletals and
You,
saying that's
I
faster,
guess
right?
to like speed to a certain extent, sure.
Okay. And we can agree that the amount of chakra you weaponize is directly equal to the amount of extra mass you are creating, because the Susanoo should just be all chakra generated, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you're creating a larger body, then the chakra that is amping this body is the same as the chakra that is being created and in turn slowing it down with its mass. So for there to be some weird disparity between the armored and skeletal, where the skeletal is faster, simply does not make sense due to the fundamental reason as to why the skeletal would be faster than the person's body to begin with.
Okay, now let me try to explain this. It can, okay. So what if it's just the case that Sasuke, how he controls the chakra, can result in the skeletal being faster than his body? But before
That's an insane claim. That's something that you would never be able to give any kind of justification for. It's wholly baseless. And I don't care about baseless possibilities. There is nothing to suggest that the way you control it is any different, since it's just more of the same.
yeah, okay, I can drop this.
Okay. Cool. So does
What
that
is this
mean
leading to?
this is leading to Nagato being relative to or above? I don't really care about the above bit. Just like relative to Itachi, right?
Like speed, yeah.
Yeah, okay. And if they're relative in speed, are we like? Can we agree that the Chibaku Tensei would just steal Itachi?
Wait, why?
Because Itachi says that we need to work together to destroy it.
Do well, let's try this. Yeah, okay. Why would that be the case? Like, why does him saying I need to do it mean anything?
Because if he needs to work with Naruto and Sasuke to destroy it, that means that he can't do it on his own.
So why can't he just okay. So why can't this just mean that he's trying to explain to Naruto how like teamwork?
Why would that be the case?
Because okay. Doesn't Itachi get
Okay,
like
I'm gonna tell you this is gonna go right. So you're gonna say because Itachi's using his training to teach Naruto about teamwork, because Naruto said he's gonna take it all on his shoulders. And then I'm gonna remind you that this happens after Nagato is sealed, and you're just gonna like fumble the entire bag. So
yeah,
this
okay,
conversation
stop this
literally
shit.
takes. Okay, cool. Lit. So, do you have any other arguments against Chibaku Tensei beating the Dark himself? Okay.
No.
So then I would just say that Nagato wins.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. Y'all can unmute now.
W Marcus, let's go. Good enough for the team.